Going on, Jerome. So we are back taking a look at another mock draft reaction video. It's as opposed to doing work because, why work when you can critique other people's creations? So our guy Ryan Wilson over at CBS Sports put together a great first round mock draft. This came out Tuesday on the heels of the great national title game. Alabama Tide over Ohio State, and that is baked into this. So let's dive on in. Also, I like the format of CBS. This just looks good. Right? Pizza Hut. I grew up with Pizza Hut. I know that people rag on it, but is what it is. Let me slide this up. There we go. Good enough. All right, so number one, Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. Yes. Now the slim, maybe that Urban Meyer takes over the Jaguars and then Justin Fields ends up number one. I think with a big time showing against Alabama, maybe that happens, but also I don't think it affects his draft stock necessarily. I think the hay was already in the barn. You're betting on trades. Production against a big time opponent, sure, it is nice, but I think Justin Fields is what he is. I don't think he's going to change too many minds. Now, I don't think he's going to take a draft day tumble like is in this mock draft, but if you tell me that he's still the third quarterback of the board, I won't be mad. But yeah, the small chance that Urban Meyer gets in and then Justin Fields goes one, even though Urban Meyer didn't recruit Justin Fields to Ohio State. I'm sure he recruited him back in the day, but didn't land him at Columbus. But anyways, Trevor Lawrence one, faded complete. Jets two. So here's where it gets interesting. So all the talk of, hey, the Jets could take Wilson or Fields, and then trade the pick, auction it off to a quarterback needy team, and then build around Sam Darnold. Yeah, what if they just take the best offensive line prospect in a decade? Like, what if they just take Penny Sewell, put him on the offensive line? Yes, you took Becton last year at 7, and he's looking like a great young left tackle. But I don't care. Just take Penny Sewell, put him at a guard, put him at right tackle, move Becton over right tackle. Yeah, I really do not care at this point. Just if you're gonna build around Sam Darnold, protect him. And also get that running game going because Penny Sewell is a road grader. 3, so the Dolphins. Oh, baby. My darling, I can't get enough of Devontae Smith going to Miami, South Beach, reuniting with Tua. God, this would be fun. Because if the Dolphins' flirtation with Deshaun and throwing Tua away is gone, dissipated, build around him. Like, get him as many comfortable tools as possible and get Tua going. 4, so the Falcons take a quarterback. Now, you would think it would be Justin Fields, big school guy from Georgia, played his high school ball there, a little bit of a college ball, but going Zach Wilson. So this would be a decision that all 6 Falcons fans will mull over for years. Like, it'll always be the comparison. Oh, if Zach Wilson doesn't turn out and Justin Fields has a great career, it's like, you could have took the hometown, home state guy, but no, you took the Mormon for BYU. Boo. Boom. But Zach Wilson is legit, man. The arm talent is absolutely there. Plus the way that he can make plays off platform. I love Zach Wilson, man. I really do. I think the future is extremely bright. 5, so the Bengals miss out on Penny Sewell. But getting Joe Burrow some weapons. Now, he could have gone Jamar Chase. LSU, get the band back together. But Kyle Pitts is just an absolute magnet for the ball. Like, sure hands, monster target, is going to be a red zone nightmare for years and years and years. He's not a tight end. Like, he's going to be used like the Raiders used Darren Waller, except Kyle Pitts is a better version. How crazy is that? Next, 6. So the Eagles, whoever their head coach is going to be, bye Doug, LSU wide receiver, can't pass them up twice in a row. But Jamar Chase with Jalen Reagor for Jalen Hurts. I don't think Wentz is going to be there long term. I don't think that a coach will come in and be like, yeah, we can fix this. So I think he's going to be gone. But yeah, just getting another weapon for Jalen Hurts. I like it. 7. So Lions, Justin Fields is still on board. I don't think they would pass Justin Fields if he's there. But Michael Parsons, new GM, new head coach, new defensive coordinator. And if Chris Spielman still has his fingers in the rebuilding of this team, I mean, just a hard-nosed physical freak linebacker. Yeah, it can't really go wrong. And also, I think the Lions are entering a full-on tear-down and rebuild. So a guy like Michael Parsons on the defense to build around is not bad. 8. So Fields, did Fields kill a guy? I mean, if he's falling this far, it's possible. But I don't think the Panthers would pass on Justin Fields in this spot. But picking up Caleb Farley, first cornerback off the board, was an opt-out in 2020. But, man, the length, the press man skills. Because the Panthers are a lot of fun. So they have young, long, fast strength all over on all 3 levels of this defense. And Farley will fit right in. But also, no Fields, really. 9, Broncos. So they do have Drew Lock. I still have no idea if Drew Lock is good. And Justin Fields is just sitting there chilling. So I know that John Elway, if John Elway was still in power, he 100% would take Justin Fields here. He would be too enamored by the size and the strength. But yeah. But taking the other top-tier cornerback, Patrick Surtain. So A.J. Bouye's suspended. Surtain fills a monster need on that Vic Fangio defense, even though how long is Vic Fangio going to be there? I don't know, but you can never have enough good cornerbacks. Elway has been a cornerback aficionado. Nailed it since the time he's been there. 10. So the Cowboys, obviously would have been cornerback, but they miss out on Farley. They miss out on Surtain. Tyson Campbell, J.C. Horn a little bit too early, debatably. But low-key need is the offensive line because they got exposed for their depth because they still haven't recovered from the retirement of Fredericks at center, as well as Lyle Collins got hurt, plus Tyron Smith got hurt this year. So they need bodies, man. They need bodies up front. Zach Martin also missed time. So Rashawn Slater, drafting him, yes, your tackles are set, but put him in at left guard. Hell, put him in at center. He's been working at center with Duke Manyweather. So, yeah, I mean, obviously defensive back is a need, but adding just a surefire piece on that offensive line, you really cannot be mad at it. 11. So the Giants probably going to lose out on Leonard Williams, probably gone, but just replacing that presence on the edge, as well as Kwity Paye can play a little bit inside and sub package. You like it. 12. So the Niners, finally stop his draft day slide. Now, Justin Fields could legitimately end up with the Niners. I think that if he does start to slide, I don't think there's trades in this draft, but if he does start to slide, I think that the Niners will go up and get him. Either him or Wilson, perhaps Trey Lance, but I think the Niners are certainly in the market for their quarterback of the future. Kyle Shanahan wants their guy that he can grow and show and win a couple of Jerome Bardys, or at least try. They won't, but they can try a guy for the future. But Fields, with his movement skills, so think about Shanahan's offense, similar to Kubiak's offense, a lot of play action, a lot of movement, but Fields in that spot. Plus, Shanahan has been a guy who has incorporated some read option. I mean, look at RG3 in Washington, a little bit of that with Justin Fields. Man, I like it. Plus, Debo hopefully stays healthy. Brandon Ayuk, it's not bad. Plus, you got Kittle. Damn. That's not bad for San Francisco. 13. So Jason Oweh. Now, you would think it would be offensive line, like 1,000%. But Sewell's obviously long gone. Slater's gone as well. But edge rusher, I mean, it is a relatively low-key need because like Melvin Ingram is aged out. Oweh and Bosa for the long term. I mean, the offensive line still sucks, but at least they can rush the passer, and that is important in that division with you got Patrick Mahomes twice a year. 14, so the Vikings, Gregory Rousseau. Now, I get it. I get it, but Rousseau over both quarterbacks still left, Trey Lance and Mack Jones, as well as you got Darisaw, the left tackle from Virginia Tech, on board. You got Azeez Ojulari. You got Barmore. Even Waddle's on board. I don't know. Like, I still like Rousseau, and I've opened up to the idea of him being more than just an edge guy, a guy that you're going to move all up and down the offense or the defensive line and completely destroy offensive lines. But this would be a prime trade down spot, especially a team that is interested in one of the quarterbacks getting ahead of the Patriots. I think that this is the honey hole, a prime spot to potentially trade down. But if you had to stick and pick, I would take Darisaw. Like, I would prefer Darisaw to Rousseau. I might even take Barmore. And it's more than just being colored by his great 2 games in the college football playoffs. I think Barmore has an intriguing ceiling, specifically that strength and size on the inside. Rousseau, I don't know. I just don't know. But or hell, just take Jalen Waddle. We'll score 50 every single game. 15, so the Patriots, no pants for Trey Lance, getting their quarterback now. I would have pegged Mack Jones as more of a Belichick guy, more of a take care of the football. And Trey Lance, you were certainly betting on the upside. Also, I don't know if Trey Lance would be doing any favors if he starts right away, since he was off for 2020, as well as the level competition jump from FCS to the NFL. So, but either way, I think Lance probably has a higher ceiling than Mack Jones. But if the Patriots are in win now mode, maybe not. Although I don't even know if they're in win now mode. Probably not, especially when Stephon Gilmore got hurt. 16, so got Tyson Campbell coming in from the Cardinals now. They could certainly freshen up offensive line. Maybe you get Kyler another wide receiver weapon. Like, I don't think they would pass Waddle if he is here at 16, even though, they do have Nuke, they do have Christian Kirk, although Kirk's coming up on getting paid as well. They lose Fitzgerald. Andy Isabella's whatever, but Tyson Campbell coming in, basically a 1-for-1 replacement. Patrick Peterson is going to leave in free agency. But yeah, Campbell's tall, long, great press cornerback, will fit right in on that defense. 17, so the Raiders just trying to find some edge rushers. So Clelin Ferrell, okay. But Aziz coming in opposite of Max Crosby. Let's go. Young, raw, absolutely can get after it. And I don't like Aziz. They could probably play at stand-up outside linebacker, put him at hand of the dirt defensive end as well. They can put him all over the place. 18. Dolphins were their second pick. So they already have Devonta Smith. So why not run it back? Bama. Tua, Najee, Devontae. Let's go. So I like Myles Gaskins. I think they do as well. But Najee Harris, just in terms of being a great receiver, he may even be a better receiver than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's certainly a better inside runner, but just a tough, physical freight train to bring down. I think that he's a nice pickup. And also, I think you could find a world where Najee Harris and Myles Gaskins coexist and just really does a great job in that backfield. 19. So Mack Jones. Who? Mack Jones, Washington. I think what the plan will be, I think Alex Smith retires. I think that he came back. I think that's absolutely perfect, just to show that he could come back from that horrible, horrible injury. Props, all the respect in the world for him. I don't think he runs it back again because besides the injury concerns, he is also old. But Taylor Heineke, I think they'll re-sign on a small extension. He's been a Scott Turner guy for years and years and years, so I think he stays in Washington. I think it's his best spot for him. But, I mean, Mack Jones, you can't really pass up. So, Washington, Ron Rivera gets the best of both worlds. Get a game manager, young guy you can develop in Mack Jones. You get a high upside, plucky guy in Taylor Heineke, who the fans love, who Chase Young loves too. Let's go. 20. So, the Bears miss out on Mack Jones. For that, we thank you. Besides, they probably would have already extended Mitchell Trubisky-Ponder by this point, since its draft and free agency's already passed. So at 20, Elijah Vera Tucker. They would have loved Slater, and I could see them going Waddle in the spot, especially since Allen Robinson's probably leaving. You like Mooney as a deep threat. Now, why don't you just add a better Mooney in terms of Waddle? Wow, that would be gross. They still don't have a quarterback, but it's okay. I mean, the Bears' offensive line has been booty for years. Now, Tucker, I think is going to be a guard, but also he can project out to tackle. Played a little bit of tackle at USC this season. So, I mean, could Vera Tucker be the left tackle of the future for the Bears? It's possible. 21, so J.C. Horn. Xavier Rhodes probably going to leave in free agency, so this would be a Xavier replacement, but Costanzo retired. Now, I think this mock came out before the Costanzo retirement news, except, I mean, writing's on the wall. He is aged out. Also, I think he was out of contract or close to being out of contract. So, passing on Darrisaw on the spot, nah. 22. So the Titans, Joseph Asai, the edge rusher from Texas, who I really like. He's got phenomenal bend and is just a disruptive force, just living in Big 12 backfields. And the Titans have been looking for a consistent pass rush on the outside. They got Simmons on the inside. Landry kicks in as well. Probably going to lose Daquan Jones, but nah. But also Clowney, no. Vic Beasley, no. So yeah, just draft a guy. Go ahead. 23. So the Jets got Penny Sewell as their left tackle of the future. Now, or potential right tackle, whatever you want to do with Becton. So now they get Jalen Waddle. So they get Waddle and Mims and Penny Sewell. I mean, if you're Sam Darnold, you're like thanking your lucky stars, like, baby, we got a stew going with the Jets. Let's go. And also, if they get Doug Peterson, I think that would be a phenomenal get. Absolutely phenomenal. 24. So Christian Darrisaw, left tackle out of Virginia Tech. So Villanueva's probably going to leave in free agency. Now, could they go quarterback here? It's possible, but Darrisaw either at left tackle or right tackle. I know that, or Corafor at right tackle, they do like potentially moving to the left side. So either way, just a rock-solid offensive lineman. They could probably kick actually, no. I don't know if Darrisaw could kick inside the guard. They also need some freshening up there, too. But also, who are you going to take? Like Creed Humphrey? Nah. Next up, 25. So the Jaguars. I disagree on this pick. But the Jaguars, I got Trevor Lawrence at 1, obviously, but 25 here, this pick from the Rams. Picking up Kadarius Toney from Florida. Now, he's a lot of fun, but also I think wide receiver is one of the Jaguars' strengths because you got Chark, you got Conley, you got Dede, whatever he's going to be. You got Colin Johnson from Texas who shined a little bit. Plus, you got Laviska. Shenault. I mean, Toney and Shenault, like Spider-Man pointing at each other meme. Sure. I would really prefer if the Jaguars went either side of the line, like taking Barmore in this spot because Taven Bryan's been a disappointment, or shoring up that offensive line. Who's still on board? Leatherwood, Cosme would make a lot of sense here. I mean, maybe Wyatt Davis, just put him on a redshirt year. Or no, hell, you can draft him in the second round. But nah. Next up is 26, Christian Barmore to the Browns. This will make sense. So Larry Ogunjobi is a free agent, as well as Sheldon Richardson is heading into the third year of his free agent deal. Also, he turns 32. I know he's 30. Yeah, there you go. But cut Sheldon. Come on back, Shelly. Let's go. Yeah, but Barmore had a big-time performance in the national title game. Basically shut down the Ohio State running game. Master Teague says, "Oh, hi. Cool, thanks." As well as got after Justin Fields' ass, as well as destroyed Notre Dame. Now, could he be a flash-in-the-pan guy? I don't think so, because I know that for most of the season, sort of up and down, but he is young, he is raw. He's really only started about a year's full worth of games. Now, if he returned to Alabama, because he is only a redshirt sophomore and he had a redshirt junior season, I think that he would be in the stratosphere. I think he would be, top 3, top 5 pick, like the aforementioned Quentin Williams was when he came up. But yeah, Barmore, you're just betting on tools, and if you can get him at 26, it's a hell of a deal. 27. It's Patrick Jones second, coming in as an edge rusher out of Pitt. So with the Bucs, you're probably going to lose Shaq Barrett. But also Patrick Jones. So the Bucs primarily play their 3-4. I don't know if Jones can be a stand-up guy. Maybe he can play some 5-tech D-end. I mean, and Ndamukong Suh is probably going to leave in free agency as well. But if you were going to go edge, I think Basham makes a little bit more sense, even though he would be playing that 3-4 defensive end, that 5-tech spot. Or Jalen Phillips, from Miami. I think, I don't know, would you stand up Phillips? Either way, you just need someone opposite of JPP and you'll be fine. 28. So the Ravens taking Rashad Bateman. Is there any more like a fait accompli than the Ravens taking wide receiver? Although Miles Boykin is stepping up. But Rashad Bateman in this spot, the pride of the University of Minnesota, going here. I think that he's a nice, 6'2", 200, big-bodied, cold weather AFC North target for Lamar Jackson. So Bateman and Boykin and Hollywood. Help Dez back again. I mean, that's nice. Or no, free Devin Duvernay, free James Prochet, or just cut James Prochet and then give it to us. No. 29. So Xaven Collins. So Demario Davis is a phenomenal linebacker, but he is 32. He is aging out fast, and Xaven could be phenomenal as an edge rusher as well as an off-ball linebacker. Maybe he eventually takes over in the middle. Maybe I think that would be a waste of his talents, but either way, just getting some talent on that linebacker group, because yes, they do have Davenport, yes, they do have Zach Bond, sure, but also, well, Hendrickson's contract's probably up, isn't it? But yeah, either way, Cameron Jordan's also no spring chicken. So yeah, just a good front seven piece. Play him wherever the hell you want. Xaven Collins, I love him coming out of Tulsa. So 30. So this one I disagree with. Nick Bolton, linebacker out of Mizzou. Middle linebacker. He is a Mike. He's a tackling machine. But, they have Edmonds. And Edmonds is like 20 years old. And Edmonds is phenomenal. Now, they could... maybe play him at weak side linebacker or off-ball linebacker. That's fine. If that's the plan, cool. But I would rather see offensive line help, especially since they're probably going to lose John Feliciano. So Leatherwood in the spot would make a lot of sense. I think he would fit in what the Buffalo wants to do up front. 31, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Joke goes to Packers. What a joke. This sucks because I really like him, but now I have to hit him with the Fury of the Thousand Suns. And he would be a great sub-package player. I think Mike Pettin would really enjoy having him as like a hybrid safety as well as a linebacker and as well as in base, lining him up in the middle of Kamal Martin, the 5th-round pick from the Gopher, who really overachieved this season. I think that'd be a nice way to rebuild the middle of the Packers defense. And it sucks. Lastly, Jalen Phillips going to the Chiefs. Makes a lot of sense. So Tano Passano, former second-round pick out of Villanova, is in a contract here. Also, it's been kind of booty. But so Phillips and Frank Clark, nice little duo in Kansas City. Phillips, who basically took over for Gregory Rousseau this year, not only in his job, but also the number. They're both number 15, which is confusing, but yeah, he put up some big numbers as well, and nice little get for the Chiefs. So guys who didn't get drafted in the first round. So you got Leatherwood, you got Sam Cosmi, the physical freak tackle out of Texas. Now, I would think with today's news with the Colts and Costanzo retiring, that Leatherwood and or Cosmi would go in the first round, probably to the Colts. Then you got Davion Nixon, disruptive defensive tackle from Iowa. Only one DT taken in the first round. That was Christian Barmore to the Browns. Terrence Marshall didn't go. Etienne didn't go. Only one running back. Dylan Moses didn't go. Actually, I would have preferred Moses to the Saints because I don't want to hate Xaven Collins. I'm okay with hating Moses. Basham, Kyle Trask didn't go. Was that Freudian slip? I accidentally called him Kyle Trash. But yeah, Trask didn't go. Rondale Moore still on board. Darren Kendrick, the cornerback out of Clemson, as well as Olave, plus of course Wyatt Davis. Probably going to fall out of the first round. Probably the second round. Might even make it to the back end of the third round. We'll see. But that's it. Gregory Rousseau in the latest CBS Sports mock draft. What are your thoughts on our thoughts and their thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support our work? Pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.